Hi, welcome to Diaries. This is Tia and I'm Michelle. And on our channel, we share stories on how to build wealth through real estate. So be sure to subscribe on a weekly basis so you can hear about real stories on real investors working on real deals.
And today's topic is going to be 5 reasons to invest in Chicago.
Chicago is going through a revitalization like never before.
The number one reason to invest in Chicago is the strong and diverse job economy. Honestly, Chicago has a very strong business and financial district, basically for the entire Midwest. And what a lot of people don't know is that it's actually the home to 11 Fortune 500 companies, and really numerous other companies have their headquarters there as well. So just a fun fact is that the largest employer of the state is Amazon, which is no surprise, with over 36,000 full and part-time workers at 20 fulfillment centers, 20 delivery stations, and 28 Whole Food grocery stores. So as you can see, it has a very strong economy there.
Absolutely. Number 2, Chicago has a very strong rental market. Now, it's currently cheaper to actually rent in Chicago than it is to buy a home there. So because of Chicago's favorable median rent prices, you have a lot of tenants, which is really great for you as a landlord who has rental properties in Chicago. Chicago has an overall stability and is one of the largest metros in the nation. So we know that rent growth is a little bit slower and it's a little more stable, which is great, but we know that slow and steady wins the race. And Chicago's multifamily market is revealing to be very stable and offers a positive outlook for now and well into the future.
So number 3 is going to be entertainment. And as we all know, Chicago has so much entertainment to offer, right?
Yes.
And one of the reasons why this is so important to an investor is because that is why people are moving to Chicago. That is why people are staying in Chicago. And although it has this beautiful skyline and these beautiful buildings, what a lot of people don't know is that 8.5% of the metro is actually made up of parks and green space, right?
That's nice.
There's over 580 parks there. Like,
yes.
Who would have known that, right? And there's also a beautiful bike trail that's 8.5 miles long through the city. So if you're active and you want to get outdoors, like, you can do that as long as it's not the middle of winter.
Right, exactly.
So you can take your boat out,
Right,
so
exactly. It's such a fun city, especially in the summertime.
Beautiful.
It really is.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And you know what else? It has an array of sports teams there. It has numerous museums there as well. You have the Art Institute of Chicago there. So if you are an owner and you want to basically have buildings in the urban core with public transportation and close to the jobs and exciting entertainment, you have that option. You also can go out to the suburbs where you have established, more quiet, calm neighborhoods. So it's definitely worth, taking a look at Chicago investing.
Absolutely. Yeah, Chicago is such a fun city.
It is.
It really is. Yeah. Number 4, Chicago has a talented workforce. Now, we know that jobs is what really fuels real estate, right? And so we always hear about companies being attracted to Chicago because of the talented and diverse and educated workforce that's there. So definitely a lot of potential for excellent employees that exist in Chicago. And because of that too, it's also a very well-connected business environment that includes venture capitalists and startups. Now, as a legacy market, Chicago knows to lean into its inherent strengths within the financial market, as well as the intellectual capital of over 100 universities and colleges, just within a 30-mile radius of the urban hub.
So number 5 is basically neighborhood diversity. So what we wanted to do here is share with you a few gems that we think are worth checking out if you're looking to invest in Chicago. So the first up is going to be the Fulton Market, which is formerly known as the Warehouse District, and there was a lot of meat packing that happened there, and they have an initiative to basically rebuild and create new development in this area. And what's lovely about this area is that it's actually surrounded by very mature and established neighborhoods. So the Fulton Market is on its way to becoming one of those.
Right. And the Pullman neighborhood is located on the city's south side, home to the national monument in Chicago known as the Pullman National Historic Park. Pullman is home to a vibrant community with rich history and is renowned for its architecture and restoration.
Woodlawn is located on the south side of Chicago and is known for the Obama Presidential Center, and it has an estimated $500 million that was invested into this center, and this area has the largest concentration of parkland in Chicago. So definitely worth checking out.
Right. And another great place that I love is Hyde Park. Hyde Park is a culturally rich neighborhood that is home to the University of Chicago. This area has everything someone would want. It's like the Central Park of Chicago.
Bucktown is one of Chicago's trendiest neighborhoods. It's just west of Lincoln Park and north of another popular neighborhood, Wicker Park. And why it's so trendy is it has parks, it has walking trails. It's honestly a really good neighborhood for short-term rentals. And a fun fact is that it's actually the last town that Chicago operated a steel mill in. With that said, Chicago has a lot of up-and-coming neighborhoods as well as really established neighborhoods. And if you'd like to know more about the neighborhoods, make sure you click the link below to see more details.
Absolutely. You definitely want to know what are the neighborhoods like before investing your money into a city, right? So definitely use that as a resource. And as a thank you for staying towards the end, we do have a bonus tip for you. Now, one thing you want to keep in mind of when it comes to Chicago is that they do have very strict tenant rights when it comes to eviction during the winters. So if you find yourself in a cold winter and it's below freezing, you may be unable to evict a non-paying tenant. So keep that in mind, right? So you don't want to be stuck with a whole building full of tenants not paying their rent in the middle of a cold winter, right? So you want to make sure that you are very diligent in finding good quality tenants that meet your requirements. And we do have some previous videos about the top 5 tips on finding a great tenant, as well as 5 ways to find a really good property manager. So be sure to check out for those videos in the link below. So if you're very consistent as far as finding good quality tenants that you feel confident that will sustain you through the winter periods, you shouldn't have any problem with that.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And if you're looking to get started in investing or you're looking to buy or sell, make sure you check out our website below at diariesre.com, and we'd be happy to connect you with a real estate advisor or professional in your area.
And if you like this video, be sure to click the like button and subscribe so that way you can get new weekly stories on how to invest in real estate and build wealth faster. Bye.